There's a saying in Icelandic, Þetta, reddast, which means it will work out. The best way to explain this saying to you is a story about a shopping mall. In the late 80s, the first shopping mall in Iceland was built in Reykjavik. And this was quite exciting. We knew only shopping malls from abroad, but now Icelanders were getting their first shopping mall. So there was a lot of reporting in the news, newspapers, on TV, magazines, radio, all over the place. Everyone wanted to know more about how the progress was on building the shopping mall. And as it got closer to the date, there was even more news on it. So I was watching TV the day before the opening of the shopping mall. And I remember this so vividly because it all looked unfinished. The reporters were interviewing the shop owners, and the shop owners were putting up, cupboards and shelves and who knows what they need for their shops. And they did not look ready. And they were opening the next day at 10 a.m. There was a huge opening ceremony planned. And even though I was not really a grown-up at the time, I was not a business owner or anything, I was a little bit worried on behalf of the shop owners. How was this supposed to work out? How were they supposed to be ready for the opening ceremony? It did not look good in my eyes. Well, the next day, everything was finished. And during the opening ceremony, the reporters were back there, interviewing the shop owners, and I could see with my own eyes, through the TV, that everything was finished. Þetta, reddast basically means it will work out. When you have a deadline, when you publicly announce something and you don't want to embarrass yourself, or when you just decide that things will work out. When you don't have a choice and you just work towards a goal is a very good way to get rid of fear and overwhelm. But I want to give you a lot better examples, and maybe examples that are closer to your business and from my business. But before, I want to give you a personal example of how Þetta, reddast works. Recently, I got the idea that I wanted a Peloton. If you don't know what a Peloton is, it is this exercise bike that is very popular in the United States. And I have often seen in gyms, and I know a lot of friends from Facebook that have this exercise bike. And it's a lot more than exercise bike. It is a community, and you get live trainings from trainers around the world. Now, I live in Iceland and Switzerland, and in those two countries, they don't sell Peloton. And Peloton does not ship to other countries. The only countries where you can buy Peloton is United States, Germany, UK, and maybe there is one or two other countries, but I'm talking about 3 to 5 countries in the whole world. And the rest of the world? Nope, Peloton is not for you. And there is a part of me, when computer says no, when something is not supposed to be possible, I even get more excited about getting the thing. And I thought to myself, okay, Peloton doesn't want me to order it, but if I know someone in Germany, for instance, I can order the Peloton there, and then somehow I can arrange the shipping to where I live. Now, Germany to Switzerland wouldn't be a problem, right? You would just rent a big car, you would drive over the border, you would pick up your Peloton, and I even found some blog posts of people doing it. Not really a big thing. You just have to know someone that doesn't live too far away from the border. But the thing is, I wanted the Peloton in Iceland. And that was a little bit of a bigger thing. I had to organize first a person that lived close to the harbor in northern Germany. Then I would somehow need to ship it. And I started to think about this thing. And you know what comes up? maybe not fear, but there is like the potential of overwhelm about all the things that I would need to do to get this bike to Iceland. And I thought to myself, okay, before I go through the long list of things that I potentially need to do to get this bike over to Iceland, how about I just order it and then I'll figure it out? Þetta, reddast. Now, I had imported a motorbike in 2004 once. So I knew that there are shipping companies that go and pick up things and pack them and bring them to the harbor. So I knew this potential existed. I even looked up the guy that did the shipping for me, or the motorcycle transport for me in 2004. And unfortunately, the company didn't exist anymore. But I thought to myself, if I go on a hunt now to find a shipping company and someone who puts the bike in a box and all these things, I am losing a lot of time, because I went to the Peloton website and I saw there was a 7 to 8 week waiting time after you order. So I was like, wouldn't it be smarter to order the bike and then figure out how to put it in a box and how to ship it? Because if it's 7 to 8 weeks delivery time, I have some time to figure it out. Versus if I try to figure it out up front, I might actually come to the conclusion that it's not worth it. And this is exactly what I see happen all the time when women are building their businesses. They see a long list of things that they think they need to do, and the list becomes longer and longer and longer, and there is this fear and overwhelm, and actually just procrastination kicks in. And instead of working down the list, you start doing nothing. You give up. I was not going to give up on my Peloton. I wanted it. So when I was sick, I was so sick I couldn't even move. That was the moment where I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I went to the website. I ordered my Peloton. And then I went, and I need to be honest here. I took it slowly. I thought I had 7 to 8 weeks to figure it out. 4 weeks later, Peloton said, oh, your bike is coming next week. And I'm like, oops. So I actually had to delay the delivery. And finding someone to build a box around the bike turned out to be a little bit more complicated. But I figured it all out. I had a friend in northern Germany, an old childhood friend. We were best friends when we were young children, and then he moved to Germany when he was 8 years old. And he said, no problem, I'll organize it. And this was all after I ordered the bike. He found a carpenter 2 kilometers away from where he lived. The carpenter picked up the Peloton bike from him, has put it in a box with a pallet. I emailed the shipping company. They are picking it up from the carpenter. The Peloton is literally now on the way to Iceland. And if I had tried to figure this all out up front, there would be no Peloton on the way to Iceland. You can do the same in your business. When I started to think about having a conference in Iceland, which is finally going to happen next year, you can even put the date in your calendar from June 22nd to June 24th. The Self-Made Summit is happening in Reykjavik, Iceland. But you know why it's happening? Not because I made a long list of all the things I need to do to have a conference. No. If I had done that, there would be no conference. I can promise you that. I used the same trick as with the Peloton example. Once I had thought long about having a conference, I did not sit down and make a plan. I didn't even make a business plan about it. I said, this is a dream. This is my dream to bring female entrepreneurs together, female online entrepreneurs together in Iceland, and have speakers from all over the world. And all the speakers have made more than 7 figures in their business. So there will be a conference where you actually have people on stage and, of course, outside the stage. During lunch and dinner, you will have people that have achieved amazing things but are just like you and me. And that's why the women will believe that anything is possible. I had this idea of filling the room of Harpa that is fiercely red, exactly my colors. And I knew this is it. I had the feeling, I had the desire, I had the vision. I was not going to have the details ruin my dream. What I did, once I realized that this was my dream, I wanted to make it happen. It was in October 2018. I went online, wrote an email. Do you have these dates available? I was planning to have it 2020, first time. I just booked the venue. I booked the venue without any plan. Now, it's funny because I teach planning and I've taught people business planning and all these things. But when you have a big dream, doing too much planning, too many details, long to-do lists, it's actually what kills your dream. To-do list kills your dream. But booking the venue, I gave myself, it was 1.5 years. So I'm not saying that this is a recipe that you should use for something like, I'm going to launch next week and it will all work out because Sigrun said Þetta, reddast. No. You still have to give yourself time. And, with Peloton, I had to move back the time they would ship the bike because I was not ready with the solution how to transport it to Iceland. But it will work out when you don't get bogged down in the details. That's where fear and overwhelm comes up. And I booked the venue. The dates were free that I wanted. And then I got to work and I was excited. And I started to figure out, how do you have a conference? Well, you need speakers. Once you have the venue, let's secure the speakers. I secured the speakers. Then I thought about, okay, maybe I need an event manager because I've never had a big event like that before. And then once I have an event manager, he starts to say, well, think about, are you going to offer lunch? Are you going to do this? Are there going to be any activities? And, you put up a sales page. These are easy things to figure out. We make it so complicated up front, and that kills the dream. How you can instantly get rid of your fear and overwhelm. Just put a date on your dream. The rest is logistics. So how does this apply more to you? Let's say more in your online business. Well, in 2017, I created SOMBA, Sigrun's Online MBA, a 12-month online program. And it was a game changer for me and my clients. Suddenly, I could serve more people at the same time. I created it over 2 years, the content in the program. I gave people 2-year access. And, they also they paid less in the beginning. And over the time, I've increased the price. But in 2018, only after a year of running this program and almost all the content was ready, I realized this was not working. I thought I had created an amazing program with amazing content, and I still believe that the content was amazing. But people were not doing the work. One thing is to know something, the other thing is to actually do it. And I got very frustrated. I was frustrated about my clients. Why were they not doing the work? Were they not watching the videos? Maybe they were watching the videos, but they were not doing the work. And I realized I need to change something. I've created this program, and if they're not taking action, I need to change something. I cannot just blame my clients for not taking action. I need to design a different type of a program. But I realized I had all these people right in front of me. They had paid for a program and they were not taking action on it. Of course, there were always people who take action. We know that 10-20% take action no matter what. But I was talking about the 80%. There's another 10% that will never take action. I was thinking about the 80% in the middle. How can I reach them? How can I get them to take action? How can I make them take action on their dreams to build their online businesses? So out of my frustration, I decided I would trick them a little bit. In a good way. I would announce summer school, and I would not tell them exactly upfront what would happen. I told them, just trust me. And this was in some way easy because they were already my clients and they knew, that I delivered great content. So when I said, join Samba Summer School, they said, yeah, what is it? I said, trust me, you'll figure out what it is. So I announced it end of June, and over the month of July and August, we got to work. And I like to say this, when others take a break, we build our businesses. So what I did is that I helped them build their email list, create their first or next online course, and make sales, all in just 10 weeks. And every week, I told them what to do, and they got no other information. There was no way to get overwhelmed because they got limited amount of information, and I told them to ignore anything else. Anything else they had access to in the program, just ignore that. Just focus on following my instructions. I will tell you each week what to do. You only have to focus on that and nothing else. Instantly, this got rid of the fear and overwhelm. People started taking action. And in the first round of Samba Summer School, we had 124 people participate, about half of the people who were in the Samba program at the time. And we got amazing results. People that hadn't been taking action for 6 months suddenly were taking action. People who had, not done anything for years to take action on their dream were suddenly realizing that they could create amazing online courses and they could sell. And I realized I was onto something. Should I just be offering this program? Maybe my other program is not what people need. Well, I figured out I could do both. I split up the programs, so Samba Summer School became Samba Kickstart, which I run twice a year in January and July. And the rest became Samba Membership, which is a back-end membership that you can only access once you have joined one of the other programs that I run. Samba Summer School ran again in 2019, again within the Samba community, and I realized then I needed to split it up. So now it's a standalone program, 10 weeks, and we have amazing, amazing results. People are, making their first 5-figure launch, they're creating their first online course, they're finally building their email list. And people who are further in business also love using this as a way to kick off a new group coaching program or a mastermind or finally get their big signature program out in the world. So they use the momentum of Samba Summer School or Samba Kickstart to get it finally out in the world. So how do you instantly get rid of fear and overwhelm? Well, you can join us in Online Business Summer School, which is a free program running the month of June before Samba Kickstart starts in July. It's like a pre-training for Samba Kickstart, but at the same time, it is a complete training for anyone who wants to join us, who wants to build their business in the summer, because this is the best time to build your business. Did you know something? In one of the books that I've read from Malcolm Gladwell, he talks about, people who have more success than others. And he was talking about reading skills. And the children that read in the summer when there's no school became better at reading. Makes sense, right? So the people who are building their businesses in the summer, do you think they are better in their business or not? Well, the answer is obvious. And therefore, I am inviting you to join us in Online Business Summer School. Get rid of your fear and overwhelm and come and build your business when others take a break. I'm inviting you to join Online Business Summer School for free. In Online Business Summer School, we'll get rid of fear and overwhelm, and you'll be taking action on your online business. I like to say, when others take a break, we build our businesses. I've had amazing success with my clients building businesses during the summer, and now I'm inviting you to join us for a month-long training in June. Hop on over to the show notes at sigrun.com/433 to get on the insider list for Soundbite Kickstart, and we'll let you know all the details to join Online Business Summer School as well.